Possible break in a decades-old cold case. It took 40 years for detectives to identify a murder victim only known as Jane Doe. And now, as Michele Gile reports, investigators are honing in on two people from her past.
Orange County homicide investigators hope to bring the skeletal remains of Maritza Grimmett to her surviving daughter within the next few weeks. It's a cold case dating back to the 80s. Detective Bob Taft has spent years going over evidence gathered near the old El Toro Marine Base to try and find the young mother's killer.
I can't imagine what that's like, to have a loved one simply disappear off the face of the earth and never be heard from again.
New leads now point to a couple considered by the Sheriff's Department to be two persons of interest. They've been identified as the victim's ex-husband, Howard Grimmett, and his wife, Terry Grimmett. Officials say they're former Marines who live in Ohio. The victim's daughter, Dawn Hamill, says for years she thought Howard Grimmett was her uncle, when in fact he is her biological father.
I'm a bit overwhelmed, a little bit. I've been looking for her pretty much all of my adult life, to the point where I have it's totally consumed me.
Hamill found out last year that her mother, once married to Howard Grimmett, was found in a culvert decades ago, a few miles from the Marine base. She remained a Jane Doe until a connection was made from a Facebook group for missing persons and a positive identification using DNA from a distant relative. Investigator Taft has interviewed Terry and Howard Grimmett. He's looking for people who may know about Grimmett's first wife.
Because still to the day, we don't know what truly happened. But obviously we have a focus of our investigation. So just based on some of the inconsistencies, shall we say, Howard and Terry are a focus of our investigation at this point.
The Sheriff's Department says it has no suspects. Evidence from the scene has been preserved, although officials won't say whether a murder weapon was found. In Santa Ana, Michele Gile, KCAL News.